Inside Out has always been one of my favorite Pixar movies for quite a long time now. I can't even remember how long ago it was that I watched it for the first time, and by now I've definitely rewatched it a couple of times already. It's really just the whole concept for me, and the premise they decided to build it on. Animate emotions inside everyone's heads that played an important part in the individual's personality. Riley being the spotlight here, and her family making the move from Minnesota to San Fran, the big premise it's all set on. Top all of that with the other characters, the internal conflicts, the beautiful score, the mindfulness, the nostalgic effect after the years went by. Boy, this one was something. It all felt so original. And then we entered the dawn of the sequels and the remakes, most of which weren't great movies if you were wondering. Don't get me wrong, most of the Pixar sequels themselves were great, with one or two okay-ish ones along the way. But it wasn't just Pixar, see? Virtually all of Hollywood was spewing out sequels and remakes like their jobs depended on it. That's understandable though, because if it's already popular, there's obviously a higher chance of success with audiences. So naturally, I had mixed feelings when I heard we were getting an Inside Out sequel in 2024. I told myself, look at what happened with Megamind vs. the Doom Syndicate. Atrocious atrocity, by the way. That could have been Inside Out too. Fortunately, when the movie released, it was actually pretty decent. It was just as good as, if not better than, the original. And there's a couple of reasons, I'm sure, as to why it was able to hit the highest numbers Pixar has ever seen so far. I mean, at this point, it's the highest grossing animated movie of all time. Not counting The Lion King. That's something, huh? One of those reasons being the fact that the original was such a great movie. Again, I just have to emphasize on how much of a sensation that thing was. The concept of these 5 emotions was just so relatable to how real-life emotions actually work. And Riley's story was like that small big event in almost everyone's lives that played a core role in how we see things as we age, how we feel things. There just was a lot of meaning and emotional complexity rooted in that first movie. Again, it had awesome character development, and the musical score was so hard not to get attached to. Gets me every time. Basically, the stage was set. If the sequel was good, it would be a massive success. And it is. I have to also give credit to the utter respect the producers and directors showed for the original. This is what DreamWorks should have done with Megamind 2. I mean, obviously, it's not only about having a great movie to make a sequel of, the sequel itself has to be good, right? Just like Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, which still is, and arguably the best thing of the 2020s over on the DreamWorks side so far. Puss in Boots: The Last Wish and Inside Out 2 both managed to find the balance between the original content and the new things they were trying to introduce. Even Kung Fu Panda 4 struggled to do just that without making it too much of the same formula all over again. Not only is Riley all grown up and now entering into puberty, we get 4 new emotions, the sense of self and Pouchy. Yes, Pouchy. A neat little Toodles cameo from Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, I guess. And if you think about it, these new things actually fit really well into the world of Inside Out. It was obvious in the first movie that the emotions didn't entirely control everything about a person's personality. I almost made a whole video about that, by the way. Also, the puns were actually pretty neat, I have to say.
What is that? It's a sarcasm!
Sarcasm?
And getting to see Joy break character was ingenious. We just had to see that as well. Before I saw Inside Out 2 for myself, I honestly wasn't expecting any good sequels to be coming from the Disney side of things. For 2022, it was Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. For 2023, it was Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. And for 2024, we got not 1, but 2 equally good sequels, Dune 2 and Inside Out 2. And the numbers show for it. Well, let's just hope the rest of the upcoming sequels are actually good movies, and not just living off the success of the originals. Don't forget to like the video if you liked the video, subscribe, share, I'd appreciate that. And as always, thanks for watching. Catch you later.